Well, a man convicted of arson in the 1980s is finally facing prison time. Today, he was back in court after his case somehow slipped through the cracks for decades. Eyewitness News reporter Sean Daly is live in North Kingstown now with the new details.
Susan, talk about a delay of game. A North Kingstown man was sentenced, a North Kingstown man was back in court today after 25 years ago. He was sentenced to serve time in prison for arson, but never did serve that time.
Come on, Your Honor.
Looking like the 74-year-old man he now is, Carlton Windsor went before a judge today on a conviction from back when he was 48 years old. In 1988, a jury convicted him of setting an old ambulance barn on fire here on Tower Hill Road in North Kingstown way back in 1985. He was sentenced to serve 2 years in prison, but he appealed the conviction to the state Supreme Court, which denied his appeal 2 years later in 1990. That's when something went terribly wrong. A mix-up in the court clerk's office caused Carlton Windsor's 2-year prison sentence to fall through the cracks. But now, thanks to a tip from a letter writer, the mistake has been discovered, and Carlton Windsor may have to serve some prison time after all.
Mr. Windsor, wherever he was, whoever the writer of the letter was, it gave the impression that he was boasting about not having served any time.
What, he was bragging that he had done the crime but had not served the time?
For the most part, yes. Yeah, that was right.
North Kingstown's police chief is philosophical.
It certainly gives a whole new meaning to the long arm of the law, so to speak. So.
Right. Justice delayed isn't necessarily justice denied.
Right.
Now, the question of whether Carlton Windsor will now serve time in prison has not yet been decided. He's due back in court in a few weeks. Live in North Kingstown with the South County Mobile Newsroom, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.